I just finished Devolution of a Species, and I was looking to start a new project. The other book was out, it was done, and Stephen had mentioned a while ago this idea he had for a story, and we got together at Christmas 16, I think it was, yeah, 16, and it was an off-the-cuff comment, I think, by me, just sort of said that maybe we should get together and write this this very British sort of ghost story, and nothing was really done then till the new year, and then we sort of got together and outlined the story, what we could do, and the characters and things, which were already Stephen had in his head, the places and the main characters, the people and whatever. And we began work on it from there, really, and that's pretty much how the story came around.
Story is a story that I've had in my head for many years. I can't remember how it got there, but it's just something I've always wanted to write. The story really revolves around a couple who are looking to buy obviously a long-term relationship. They're looking to buy property to settle down, and they come across a disused railway station in the North Yorkshire moors in a nice deep valley. So they buy the property. Unbeknown to them, there's a dark secret surrounding the property, and they decide to restore it into a nice home. The dark, malevolent spirit, which is central to the story, is based on a spirit that I channeled many years ago, close to Newport Bridge in Middlesbrough, on the banks of the River Tees. So he became the main emphasis of the story. And also a lot of the activities that the two characters, Paul and Jill, experience are again based on what I've experienced doing my job as a spiritualist medium and investigating property activity, and so it gives a bit of authority to the story. I feel that you know, what they went through, I've actually seen and experienced myself.
So once we'd sort of got the characters together, the place names, the settings, and the basic plot outline, I would sort of write a chapter, or maybe a couple of chapters, as a loose draft. They would then be emailed over to Stephen, who would read them, and we'd then get together and sort of cherry pick really the ideas that we liked, the things that we didn't like, where we think the story arc should go, where individual characters needed developing more or a little less. Some of the peripheral characters became a little bit overdeveloped, so we pulled them back a bit. So it was a really interesting experience for me, because I'd not worked with a co-writer before. I was used to sort of, you know, having free rein on anything, so it was a good learning curve as well. But really, it went a lot smoother, I think, than either of us thought it probably would do.
Yeah.
So it was good, and I think it's been a good collaboration.
Yeah, Jack was a spirit I channeled a number of years ago. He came through to me in a very ill-tempered, aggressive manner. I actually saw Jack. I could describe him to you. He was very of ill appearance, dishevelled, quite a tall guy, well built. He gave me the year of 1867. He told me he was ex-Royal Navy. He'd served in the Navy for many years, so a lot of the world. He also made no bones about the fact that people in the area feared him, which he seemed to get a big kick out of. He also told me he carried a razor-sharp cutlass around with him, and in his lifetime he'd actually murdered 2 people. So he was a spirit who was certainly of negative energy and beyond redemption. He really was a dark energy when I channeled him. Not a very pleasant man to channel, to be fair. So that's where the Jack the character came from. And we based Jack in the story on this guy who I channeled. But the reason we developed this Jack as a character in the story, and there's a reason he was like he was, you know, as a spirit, destructing the lives of Paul and Jill who bought the station. So do you want to tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, Stephen gave me the information on Jack, and it gave me quite a lot to work with, which was exciting. So it was a question of really developing the character, trying to explain the reason that he was as he is in the book. And so I decided that the best way to approach this from a writer's point of view would be to go right the way back to his childhood. And so we explore his life at home and at school, you know, growing up in pre-Second World War Britain, in the northeast of England, very industrial, hard area. and we follow him through school and into work, and then war breaks out, and we follow him through the war, after the war, and then to his death, and actually beyond, which is, you know, when he comes into contact with Jill and Paul in the contemporary time. So it was that was really interesting, and it gave us a lot of room to be able to develop him.
Yeah, there will be, because I think it'd be such a shame to leave it exactly where we've left it. So we are looking at doing a prequel to give some history as to the characters and the storyline, and we're also looking at doing a sequel to catch up with Paul and Jill in their current life and see what they're up to. But yes, so there's certainly going to be more to the story. Yeah. Well, as a spiritualist medium, yes, it's not a question of believing, because I know they are spirits. You know, the consciousness does live on after it's discarded the physical body. You can't destroy matter, and this life is basically a small stepping stone in a long life of kind of universal evolution. So yes, there is such a thing as spirits, and sometimes they share our homes. They come back and speak to us from visitation to catch, see how we're doing. Sometimes they disrupt the lives of normal people, but yes, they're often around us, certainly.
Yeah, we probably disagree on this. So I'm much more of a show me it and I'll believe it kind of guy, but I'm open, so we'll see. I'll find out one day, I guess, but I probably won't be able to answer you.
Yeah. Well, you could speak to me.
What makes you think I'm looking first?
Well, just a feeling I've got.
Yeah. So right.
But no, it's something we never agreed on, really. But as I say, I can only go by my experiences and the confirmation I brought through to people over the years, and I wouldn't be able to do that unless I was speaking to a spirit. So there we go.
Yeah, what he said.